Hello and welcome to a brand new video from your possibly favorite comic book artist. Not really, but maybe your favorite indie comic artist, Travis Emo. I'm here with a brand new video today to show you the new winter update for Clip Studio Paint. Did one last year when there was a big update. This one's pretty big, and I'm not going to try and take too much time today. But before we go into it, make sure you click that like button and also that you are subscribed. All of that, the likes and the subscriptions really help grow this channel. I'd really appreciate it. So let's just dive in. So we're at clipstudio.net. You're going to go ahead and click the downloads portion. And the reason we're doing this is for two things. One, to show you where to grab the latest version of Clip so you can get these new tools I'm about to talk to you about. Click your corresponding version that you need and then let that download. Once that downloads, you can just sort of run that installer, and there you go. Also, when you do run that installer, make sure you do not have Clip Studio open, otherwise it will not work. So to go to release note to see what's all brand new with this update, we're going to scroll down and go to release notes. So once we're here in release notes, you can also click here if you wanted to download, but it'll just take you back to that first page that we saw. But the three new things that are here today are the new Liquify tool, which I'm going to demonstrate at the end of this video. Well, hopefully this will play in this capture. But as you can see, if you're not familiar with the Liquify tool, it allows you to manipulate your finished product or your line art. People have been asking for this tool for years, it seems like. So it's really cool to see this. And I'm pretty excited for this. 3D, this is going to be enhanced 3D tools. Now, the 3D tools can be kind of a crutch sometimes, but I myself do use it for staging. And what they added is going to really help for people who like to stage a scene. So as you can see, you can actually add 3D primitive objects. So just, regular shapes, you can push and pull, adjust them, and then you have your scene. You can also import like 360 panoramic images as seen here, and you can go ahead and use that for your backgrounds as well. So pretty cool. The last big update, if I can scroll correctly, is going to be that you can easily import font files now. If you have a Windows machine or a Mac, in terms of downloading fonts, you can pretty much install them. But I've always had issues myself. If you already have Clip Studio running and you downloaded a font and you install the font, it's not going to automatically be picked up by the program. You have to shut down and then restart it. This way you can just kind of directly import it into the program. So we're going to pause the video here, and I'm going to go start up Clip. And much like a cooking show, I already downloaded the update and was kind of getting the feel of it. So we're going to go to that, and we're going to quickly go over those tools. Okay, so the first tool we're going to talk about is the Liquify tool. And up here, I have a cover for a project I'm working on right now with Dave Dwanch. He's a writer for Jenny Zero at Dark Horse, and he's actually written several other projects like Double Jumpers for Action Lab, and also Cyrus Perkins and the Haunted Taxi Cab. I'll put a link to his work. He's a really, really nice guy. He lives out here in Colorado. So definitely check that out, and hopefully we can get this into your hands sometime next year. But anyway, enough about the book. I don't even want to go into that much about this project because it's still in the pitch phase. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's talk about the Liquify tool. So we're just going to go ahead and click this Liquify button. Actually, let me go ahead and reset this, because if you look at your toolbar, if you were just installing this and have it up for the first time, you're not going to know probably where the Liquify tool is. So if you go on your tool, you could go to the blend tool here. You click the blend tool, you're going to see two options, blend and liquify. You could go to liquify. So here, when you have your brush, let's see, at the stock settings, because I was messing with this, you have your brush size at 10. You're not going to have any pin pressure on this right now. You can add that if you want. You can customize this tool, which is cool. You have the different modes on how this is going to push, pull, shrink your line art, and the strength of it, and the hardness of the brush. And the hardness really refers to the edge. I'm going to keep it at 50 right now. Feel free to like try out different strengths and hardness in terms of the edge of the brush, so you can kind of get different effects. I think stock is pretty good for right now. So right here we just have the push setting right now. So I'm just going to push this line art just to kind of show you that I'm just going to nudge, like if I wanted to mess with the shadow a little bit more. I'm just kind of pushing that up, as you can see. Or if you didn't want to get that little whatever I was doing there, you can just push that away. There you go. You also have the expand. So if I wanted to say expand this out a little bit more, oh, that was a little funky. Actually, let me, instead of doing that, I'm going to increase my brush size a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now, by doing that, the line art kind of is thinned out. So I'm actually going to skip this. This is a pinch tool. So if I wanted to do that, I'll show you in a second. Let me see. Let me expand that. Go back to expanding. So I can go back and kind of fix that a little bit. Okay. So the next tool is going to be the pinch tool. So I can actually, I'm sorry, it's not the, yeah, I guess it is a pinch. I actually would say like a reducing tool, but I like this because if you're not happy with your line art, for instance, like the line quality, like the thickness of line here, you can actually go ahead and kind of slim it down. And you can go back, of course, and clean it up after. A really incredible tool. So after the pinch tool, you have a few other ones that kind of push left, push right, this twirl. You can kind of get the feel of it yourself. So go ahead and give that a whirl. This is really, I think this is going to be come in handy, at least for me. I don't do a lot of like coloring and watercolor stuff in Clip Studio, but I do a lot of my line work. And it'll be nice to kind of have something that if I was not happy with, say, some thickness of line, I can kind of just go in and just kind of brush that in. There we go. Doesn't look great for this, but I'm just using this as an example. So that's the Liquify tool, and we're going to move on to the 3D tool in a sec. So let's get started here. We're going to do the 3D tool now. So the main thing that we're going to kind of try out is the primitive shape tool. So we're going to go in, and you can already see that the materials are already kind of in here. Let me kind of keep in mind, by the way, your layout is going to look different than mine. Mine's a little bit more cramped. But anyway, so 3D here, let's just pull in a figure real quick. Body. Let's have someone sitting. Okay. We're going to zoom that person out a little bit. And then we're going to click primitive right here. And as you notice, we have several different shapes. Just kind of keep this brief and just to try things out. Let's go ahead and just get this kind of weird shape in here. So as you can see, it's all turned in space. Much like if you click the 3D figure, you can move the 3D figure, right? But if you click the primitive shape, you can do the same. You have some handles here, as you could see when I rotate this in 3D space. So what these handles are, you can squash it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually doing the wrong. There we go. I'm gonna grab that right hand, the top handle, and you can squish that shape. If you grab the sides, the same goes for that. Or if you were grabbing from the bottom, oh, wrong one. Man, I am just right on the money today. There we go. So you gotta get this weird floating platform thing. But what I grabbed at first, if you want to mess with the scale of the shape, you grab this outer ring, and it uniformly enlarges or shrinks this item. So if that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to move this uniformly, this is what you grab, this outer ring. Otherwise, you could just grab these handles. So let's kind of make this maybe like a bench, something. And let's kind of get it where it's almost underneath this person. And we're going to keep going. And what's cool is you can kind of at least see where your character's at least interacting with this. So that leg out a little bit. So cool. We have a little stage scene here. Person on like a park bench or whatever. Let's see. Okay, let's grab this little sphere, drop this in here. Move this in 3D space. Man, this is a game changer for people that use this to stage, by the way. This is really cool. I'm really glad they did this in the Liquify tool. Let's see. No. There we go. So you can have your, you can have this as interacting with the object, you can kind of, it's not going to be perfect, but there you go. And if you start out this, we don't have any panoramic images yet. I might have to make a separate video for that because I don't have any great panoramic images to even use for this. But basically, you would set it as a backdrop and you can rotate in 3D space. You would also have to register materials. So I might have to be a separate video. I don't know why they didn't put any materials in here with this new update. It's kind of a bummer they didn't provide something right away. But anyway, that's that. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this. All right, now for the text tool. So I have a word balloon here. The next thing to do, if you wanted to import a font, just go under text, make sure you have text tool, you go to font, and you just go click add font from files. Once you click that, it's going to give you a pop-up to find it. I don't think we need to go into details. Very simple and straightforward. But that way you can import this font and then you have it ready to go and to use in Clip Studio. So that's going to kind of conclude the 3 tools here. Pretty good update. I think the best out of the 3 is probably going to be the Liquify tool, but I don't know, man. The 3D, the primitive objects, being able to manipulate that and kind of stage stuff is pretty cool too. So definitely give it a whirl, try it out. Hopefully it all works out and you find this video helpful. If you did like this video, click the like button and also make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next one. Thanks.